we kind of talked around it a little bit. So I'm going to open this up to the whole panel instead of going to each one of you individually, to kind of jump in and talk about it. But I'm curious as to the roadblocks that you've encountered when you're trying to implement accessibility. And again, I know you guys have kind of started to talk about that a little bit. But not just that, but how do you navigate them? What are the creative things that you've done to actually get past some of these roadblocks?
So for me, again, right, size, huge roadblock, because you can only move the Titanic so quickly, right? But I think one of the ways that we've done this is we've identified this group of sort of key stakeholders that are all just brilliant accessibility subject matter experts, and they're very passionate about what they do. And when we want to do something new, we basically do a vetting with them. So we get these, 25 people together, and we say, okay, we're thinking about doing this thing. Do we love it? Do we hate it? And we always get amazing feedback. But because these experts are so respected in the organization, if we have buy-in from them, if they feel like they've had a say, like they've contributed to the idea, like they're invested, they will champion that idea, and the people that, you know, kind of follow them, respect their abilities, will follow as well. And so for us, we found that vetting has been a critical part, and kind of collaborating with other huge functions like technology to get things, you know, again, consistency, right, in an enterprise that big. But that buy-in, I think, has been critical to the successes that we've had.
So does anybody else have any particular thoughts about the roadblocks that you've encountered and overcome, and how you've done that within your organization? And Kathy, you know, we could even hear from you in terms of how you've helped maybe some organizations overcome some roadblocks in unique ways.
Definitely shifting in the marketplace now, and as you can see from just the dedication to accessibility. But something that Katie said was, you know, the chancellor, you know, has made accessibility a priority. I think clients that are just getting into accessibility, who are trying to make changes, we've got you know, a panelist, you know, a lot of great programs, strong programs in accessibility on this panelist session. But you know, many clients aren't at that stage yet, and they're just starting their accessibility journey. So where they're struggling often is with getting executive buy-in. You know, where's the funding? Looking at, you know, how do I balance competing priorities? I need to push all of these features in, and then I need to work on accessibility. And often they're coming in at the end, right? Stephanie gets you know, a demand letter or a lawsuit, and then they're going on and they have to make some immediate changes, but they don't know where to go from there. And, you know, having a clear pathway and saying, you know, this is how we can start with accessibility, and this is how we can grow it from there, and this is how we can get more mature. This is how we can shift accessibility left and get it more into the start of a program, you know, development process rather than the end. These are the tools that'll help. This is the education that we need to have out in our organization, and we need to develop those champions, just like Dena mentioned. You know, Wells Fargo is very advanced in what they've been doing as far as accessibility, and their program is they've been working on accessibility for many, many years already. But, you know, I think there's the other perspective about smaller clients, or even clients just that haven't had the focus on accessibility, and now we're realizing that in order to be competitive, they need to become accessible, and also to lower their overall legal risk.